Blackstone Audio presents The Lost Boy by Camilla Läckberg, translated by Tina Nonnelly. This book is read by Simon Vance. 1. It was only when she placed her hands on the steering wheel that she saw they were bloody. Her palms felt sticky against the leather. But she ignored the blood as she shifted into reverse and a bit too hastily backed out of the driveway. She heard the gravel spray out from under the tires. They had a long drive ahead of them. She cast a glance at the back seat. Sam was asleep, wrapped up in a blanket. He really ought to be strapped in with a seat belt, but she didn't have the heart to wake him. She would just have to drive as carefully as possible. Immediately she let up on the accelerator. The summer night had already started to brighten. At this time of year the hours of darkness were practically over before they even began, and yet this night seemed endless. Everything had changed. Frederick's brown eyes had stared rigidly up at the ceiling, and she realized that there was nothing she could do. She had to save herself and Sam. She couldn't think about the blood. She couldn't think about Frederick. There was only one place she could go. 6 hours later they reached their destination. Fjällbacka was just starting to wake up. She parked the car near the Coast Guard building, taking a moment to work out how she could manage to carry everything. Sam was still sound asleep. She took out a package of tissues from the glove compartment and wiped her hands as best she could. It was hard to get all the blood off. Then she took the suitcases out of the trunk of the car and quickly dragged them over to Bad Holmen, the island with the diving platform, where the boat was docked. She was worried that Sam might wake up, but she had locked the car so he wouldn't be able to get out and tumble into the water. With an effort she stowed the luggage on board the boat and unlocked the chain, which was meant to keep the vessel from being stolen. Then she ran back to the car, relieved to see that Sam was sleeping as calmly as when she'd left him. Picking him up, she carried him, still wrapped in the blanket, over to the boat. She kept her eyes fixed on her feet as she stepped on board so she wouldn't slip. Carefully she placed Sam on the deck and then turned the key in the ignition. The motor coughed, but started up on the first try. Though she hadn't driven a motorboat in a long time, she was certain she could manage. She backed out of the mooring berth and then headed out of the harbour. The sun was shining, but hadn't yet had time to warm the air. She felt the tension slowly seeping away, and the horror of the night lost some of its grip on her. As she looked at Sam, she wondered if what had happened would scar him for life. A 5-year-old was fragile. Who knew what might have been destroyed inside him?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?